What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king. Welcome back to more Let's Play Forza Horizon 3. In the last episode, we expanded the Yarra Valley Festival area and got ourselves a nice new Alfa Romeo that we're going to be using in this championship, the Rare Classics Championship. I might get my butt handed to me, but we're going to do our absolute darndest here. Let's begin. Okay, so acceleration and launch is going to be our friend here. Top speed is going to be our enemy. And, of course, we're going to have to use handling to our advantage, although I'm already seeing that I might not actually have it so bad here, unless I, do make turns like that, in which case I could really screw myself over here. Okay, so this is only a 3-course tournament, so we should be able to get the entire thing done over the course of just this episode, and that is the plan, again, assuming that I actually place well, because if the only other car I have available to me in the Rare Classics class is the Ferrari Dino, which I could use. That is a much nicer, much more expensive car, but I just spent like 40 grand souping up this Alfa Romeo, and I would very much like to use it, thank you, even though I did win it for free in a wheel spin. So the Dino was a barn find, if I'm not mistaken, which is cool and all as well, and it can use a lot more TLC, don't get me wrong, but we got to use some new and interesting vehicles as we go. Also, that was a lot of popping in the background right there as I made that turn. Usually, I mean, I know popping is like a thing in this game, especially on the Xbox One, to a degree, but it's usually pretty good about hiding that to an extent. I mean, obviously, this game is, in a lot of ways, much more graphically intensive than the system that runs it is capable of handling, as is the case, I think, with most of the Forza Horizon games. So they have to use a lot of tricks, which I don't think is a... I see a lot of people that say stuff like that, like using tricks to make something look better it's cheating, or it's not authentic, or it's not actually a mark of good graphics. I completely disagree. I think it's the exact opposite. In fact, there's a reason why almost only first-party studios, first and second-party studios, are able to make use of tricks like that on systems, and this extends beyond Xbox. This is Sony and Nintendo as well. The reason they're able to make their games look so much better than than all the third parties are, is because of the fact that they know how to utilize the hardware properly. And sometimes you do have to cut corners because, yeah, they're game consoles. They're limited in their scope and their hardware, not to mention the fact that they become very obsolete very quickly. Especially these days when game consoles are essentially just glorified PCs. I mean, you got to use those tricks. The Xbox One and the PS4, I mean, they were obsolete pretty much upon launch, and you can almost say the same about the Series X and the PS5, at least when you compare them to the PC market. I think the last time you could really say that the PlayStation and Xbox were kind of ahead of the curve in terms of value with consoles was maybe the PS3 360 generation, and probably even in that case only with the PS3, but it was also such an expensive piece of hardware that it was still hard to justify. So yeah, I don't consider it cutting corners. I consider it genuine talent, developmental talent. And this game obviously utilizes a lot of that, again, like most first and second party games do. This has been stupid easy. What in the world? I am just like, they are nowhere to be found. I don't even think they exist. I think I'm running a time trial right now. It was a race against 11 other racers, and now I'm just kind of chilling on my own. I feel a little bit bored and lonely, honestly. Maybe I should crash. No, I'm not going to crash. But at the very least, I could use a little bit something more. Maybe I do need to step up the difficulty in this particular tournament, all the way to the last one. Or is it second to last one? I keep forgetting. I'm on the third highest difficulty. That's right. Not the second or the highest. Yeah, wow, that was just bad. That was just bad. Like, how easy that was. I genuinely want to see. Okay, what is the time for second place? Let's see. Okay, 8 seconds. I mean, it's still pretty bad, but it's not like I wasn't like on the verge of like lapping last place either. I don't know. It felt super simple. Ooh, wheel spin time. All right, here we go. Give me something good. Hey, 90,000 credits. Not going to complain about that at all. All right, on to the next one, and it looks like the next one is going to put us all the way up here. Unfortunately, our last race is down here, so I'll tell you what, I'm gonna drive up to this one, but I think after the fact, I am going to cut, and then we'll just kind of end up at the last one. I think that's probably the best plan of action here. So let's just kind of follow the trail all the way up. This one is such a spread out tournament in particular. I have to wonder why. Were there any bucket lists that got added once we upgraded level 5? There's one over here at least. I wasn't really paying attention to that too much. Bunch of PR stunts and stuff, but only one bucket list. We'll save that for a little bit later. Maybe after we finish this next championship, if it drops us off in that area really close to it on that last race. Let's see. Fact. Oh my gosh. You know, the handling on this thing is not bad. It really isn't. I say as I go off the course, but that was entirely due to me not braking. It's really not bad at all. I do appreciate cars that are able to find a happy medium with things instead of just being all one thing or the other. Which I will say my initial tuning settings for my Centenario went exactly against that mentality, so got to give myself crap for that mistake. All right, here we go. Let's continue our championship and do this thing. It would be kind of interesting to like do a new car every race, wouldn't it? Just to switch things up. The only problem is as soon as you go to a new class, it has to resynchronize the drivatars, which takes a minute, but oh, well. Oh, man, there's some of these cars I would not mind adding to my collection. Oh, they're so good. All right. But they're so expensive. Here we go. So, this one is a 3-lapper, which means it's probably on the longer side. It's also a lot of off-roading, which is going to be extra fun. Maybe this one will actually present more of a challenge for me than the last race did. I am certainly going to hope so, especially as they all start to pass me. Although, looks like on this S-bend, I'm going to take a little bit of placement. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, I'm going to use you, sir. Thank you. That worked out somewhat. Okay, yeah, that wasn't too bad. It's a little overly aggressive, but it worked. Now I'm just going to pass you. All right, there we go. Ooh, there's a lot of 180-degree turns here. And by that I mean 2, but 2 is a lot in my book. More than 1 is a lot. Since they're such big pace breakers. Ooh, more water too. Is that going to be a running theme with this championship? I have to imagine so. I mean, guys, we're using like really expensive classic cars. Can you not? Like, please, can you not? Like, almost every single car here is worth 6 figures at minimum. I would be very appreciative. I think all of us would be very appreciative if you didn't take us off-roading like the whole way through, but I guess we don't have much of a choice in the matter. All right. Whoa, okay. Yep, that turn is a little much. I need to be braking a little sooner than I did. There we go. I wonder when the time 6 is going to come into play. I don't think we'll ever probably get it during a race. I'll have to like do skill farming again to make that happen probably. Not that I have much to worry about, nor am I like super committed to skill farming anytime soon either, because I think I'm pretty much good on skill points. Like, yeah, I wouldn't mind having like the credit boost. Like, as far as like increases to like skill points and stuff, the first 2 categories, I don't even really think there's much else in there I want except for like the car reward, and then a couple of those end of game rewards, I suppose. But the rest, I think I'd rather just take from the instant rewards checklist at this point. Seems a lot better and a lot more worth my time. All right, so they're actually still not too far away from me. Like, I've been able to see them on the map for most of this race. I say right as I'm no longer able to see them on the map, but there we go. Oh, geez. All right, that was better. That was way better. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Fantastic. Right now, looper. Oh gosh, don't miss that. Don't miss that. Don't miss that. Oh, yay. These turns are going to be the death of me. They are. I mean, you can try to drift around them, but it doesn't really accomplish a whole lot. Like, that was probably the best I could have done. Right there. And it really wasn't even much of a drift. It was just kind of a... Like, I just braked and then I gassed it, and I somehow managed to just maintain the inside edge of that turn the whole way through. Ooh, okay. Too big for my britches. Too big for my britches sometimes. I really don't want to miss any checkpoints, especially here on the last lap. This music is a freaking jam, though, man. Like, it's so good. Which is unfortunate because the music has been getting my videos demonetized a lot in this Let's Play. Not that I care too much, but because I'd rather you guys actually have the music to listen to while the gameplay is going on and whatnot and my commentary. But at the same time, it's like kind of a bummer that any song, if it plays for more than 10 seconds without being interrupted in some way or another, is going to instantly demonetize everything. I notice it happens the most often when I'm like fading into cutscenes and things like that. But regardless, I'm going to set this one next. And what I'm actually going to do is I am going to fast travel down there. So I will, yeah, I can spend the 5,000 credits. It's not a ton of skin off my back. Okay, we are just about there. There is a fast travel discount board right here at the turn that I'm going to grab really, really quickly before I proceed. It looks like it's over here somewhere by... Is this a cemetery? It looks like a cemetery. Is this a cemetery or is this a... No, it's a logging camp. Never mind. That's just a bunch of chopped up logs. I was incorrect in my assert... Did I really just swerve around that? Wow, I am an amazing driver. No, hit that. Thank you. Okay. Now let's flip back around and let's get this done. Because we got a championship to finish and an episode to end. But I'm making good progress so far. Like I said, I want to get like at least 4 championships done here in the Yarra Valley. Of course, I also want to hit the bucket list while we're here as well. And then it's on to the Outback. And this is it. I probably don't even have to do much to win this championship in this particular race, but we're going to just go for it anyway. I probably could have checked the championship standings, but do I really need to bother when I'm very likely going to win this one? Now, it's another 3-lapper, which I suppose is good. Well, we just got to start by passing the competition. Is that a drift tap? No, it wasn't. That was drafting, evidently. I don't know how I was drafting to the side there. This is more drafting, I would say. Yeah, that's definitely oh, gosh, I didn't think we were slowing down so much. Well, I lost my... Dude, come on. That was just embarrassing. He is all the way in the back of the pack. Wow, I watched his drivatar just fall in the sea of D's on the map all the way back to 12th place. That is unfortunate for him. I barely touched him, too. Well, I guess I rear-ended him pretty good, but... From a realistic sense, yes, I absolutely... Like, I hit him very hard. But from a video game Forza Horizon standpoint, I have to protest that notion. It wasn't that hard. Jeesh. All right, Royal Viper, it's all you. You know, that is absolutely the kind of guy where it'd be awesome to just, like, hit mud with the tires and splash it right in there as if that would actually do anything. Like, take the ink attack from Mario Kart, except in Forza. While the rest of us have windshields, you numbnuts. And now we just hold it. Now we just hold the lead all the way through, which shouldn't be too hard to do. Was that a full drift the whole turn? I believe it was. I believe it was. Okay. Ooh, there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Another drift in there and another one. That one's going to be a great drift at the very least. They're actually not too far away from me. I just need to be very cautious about my turns and not overdoing it and trying to show off. There we go. That's better. That should give me a huge lead. And we're going to do one more episode of Hospital Radio before we move on to the next one. I've kind of lost, like I said, every time I do a recording session, I completely lose track of what the last stations were that we listened to. I think the next one is going to be Vagrant. I'm pretty sure. Because I'm pretty sure we listened to a lot of Epitaph a few episodes ago. Like before this, as well as Pulse. So I think our next one, and then but I remember before that was Future Classics. So I think we need to go back to Block Party, Base, and Vagrant. Although, I don't know, man. Personal preferences and all, I'm probably not going to be doing too much Block Party in this playthrough. I know. It's probably a lot of people's favorite station, actually. But you're talking to somebody who is mostly a metalhead and into the very, very occasional rock and pop and EDM. But that's about it. Even EDM, it's like only certain types of EDM that I like. But as well as to certain types of pop and certain types of rock. And they don't have a heavy metal station here. Epitaph is the closest it gets, unfortunately. Whoa! Okay, that was totally by accident, but it was one of the best drifts I've ever done. And I don't even think... Did they give me credit for it? They might have. Might have been before the Ultimate Clean Racing bonus. Okay, that was a little too much. Yeesh. Be a good chance for them to catch up there. Yeah, they're not that far behind now. I'd be probably a full second further ahead if I hadn't have made that little error there. And that was probably my worst lap of the whole race. But that's okay. There we go. And that is the championship done. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so very much for watching this episode of Let's Play Forza Horizon 3. I hope you all enjoyed it very much. I will see you all in
another championship win. That's what we like to see.
the next one.